Hi, this is Allie from Allie Cats Crafts. I'm here to bring you a tutorial on the Farmhouse Florals August 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit. I'm doing alternatives, whatever you want to call it, to what is in the kit. It comes where you could make 9 cards, 3 different card bases, and 3 different cards for each one. This is what you get in the kit. You get envelopes, 9 envelopes, 4 of those, the little extra pieces, or 3, and there's 3 card bases, and 3, I could show you them right here actually. You get 3 of these, and the exact same thing. So you can use the front and the back, or the back and the front. You get 3 of these, plain ones, and you get 3 of the other ones, but here it is right here. 3 of these, okay? But you also get the things that go with it, which is like the overlays. You get 3 of these, and 3 of, I'm trying to pull them out. You'll get some flowers and 3 of these each, okay? And a whole bunch of these. Oh, and the handle too, I forgot about that. So those are the things you get with it. The envelopes come like this, and I am almost out of them. They're kind of plain, but these are speckly. I've been using this part for almost every one of the insides of my cards. So when I do my alterations, I use at least one thing out of the kit, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and some things all of it. With this particular one, I'll be using the card base that'll be on the front layer. So let's start from the beginning. I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, thick, and it's going to be 8.5 by 11, scored at 4 1/4, folded in half. Then I'm going to have Mossy. The first layer will be this one, which is Mossy Meadows, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I already glued that down, save us some time. Then this is the card base that I cut down to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then, of course, an envelope. The things that I will be using to make this card, I'll leave this here for a minute so if you want to look at it. I'll be using the garden shed, because when I think of farmhouse shed, right? So that's what I'm going to use, that right there. I will also be using my Stampin' holds everything in. I'm going to mount this on. This is a big stamp. And when I tried stamping it, the way I normally do is turn it upside down and do that, or just put it down. The inside did not want to stamp. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use my Stamparatus here, and this is great because I could do it 2 and 3 times and not make a mistake, because it's always going to be in the position. I think it's called a Stampin' position thing. I will be using both of the stamp sets that came with it. It came with 2. I'll be using the "Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear," and this little design on my card. Hold on one second. Had to get a drink of water. I will also be using the painted lavenders, these little grasses with flowers in it. I found a little stamp set. I want to put the alligator on here. Well, I can show you right here. Okay? Little alligator. And I think that's all I'm going to use. Oh, I'll also be using just a note. Okay? So let's get started on this. And we're going to start with decorating the envelope and the inside of the card, because I tend to forget that quite a bit. And I thought, I'm just going to do it now so I don't forget. Right? So I'm going to start with this. And let me get a scratch piece of paper and my little Stampin', I gotta remember what this is called, but Stampin' Up sells it. It's a nice spongy thing, so when you have these stamps right here, there's no give, like a wooden stamp, the old wooden ones that Stampin' Up used to have. See how nice little, look at this. So how it pushes down, you can get a nice thing. This one has no give. So what this does is it gives us give. See how it's kind of spongy? So that's what that's for. So I'm going to use that. Thank you, Lori. She sent that to me. She knew I needed it, and I didn't know it. And now I know it that I did. I just thought this is a nice firm surface would be good. Sometimes it isn't. And I think you've seen me do that. So you don't press hard on your stamps. It's so important. Some people just do that and it just gets all over. So you tap, tap, tap. So you just barely get on the edges. I'm going to start at one end. Oh, I dropped it. Darn it. It won't be noticeable. It's okay. I hate when I do that. Just go all the way down. Line it the best you can. And see? There you go. So it kind of dropped right there, but it's okay. So I'm going to put that little stripe right there. I think I'll go across the bottom here now. This is going to be the hard part because it's a longer thing. So I just tap, tap, tap. Put my stamp down. Hold on to it tight, right? And line it up. Try and get as straight as you can all the way across. So you notice I'm just barely tapping it and I've just touched down because if I push it hard, it distorts the stamp. So there we go. Then I'm going to grab my Just a Note and put it right over here in the corner. There you go. So the envelope is ready. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my card and I want to stamp my sentiment in here and a few little things in here. So it looks really cute. So I'm going to grab my sentiment, which is this one. I'm going to line up in the middle as best I can. Okay. And if you notice, my stamp is kind of weird. And the reason why I do that is because, see, now it gets better. If I put it like this and it's not totally perfect, it gets out of line. So if I take and put it like this on purpose and I look at it real close, I can get it to where it's much more straight across. It's not always perfect, but it works. The next thing I want to do is I want to grab my little border stuff here again. And I'm going to put a little line right across the bottom. Just go across just like this. Tap, tap, tap. Do the best you can to make it straight. Remember, this is a handmade card and there's going to be little imperfections. So that's what that looks like. And it's okay. So I'm going to close up my ink and I'm going to get this off and clean off my stamp so it doesn't get everywhere. Okay. Clean off my sentiment one. And then this one. And thank you, Lori, for my little stamp cleaner too. I love it. I'm so happy with it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I have all this prepared so far. Now I'm going to get out my Stamparatus. And I've already put my stamp in here where I want it. But what you do is you just take and I put my card right up against the edge here. Then this strong magnet, I stick it right there to hold it in place. I'm going to double check to make sure I still have it where I want it. I think I need to move it over a little bit. So what you do is you pick it up like this. And what I normally do is I'll take and I'll lay it on top of here. And that helps me so much better. So I lay it on top there. And then I'll pick it up. And now I know exactly where I want it. But I think because my stamp is so close to this edge, I want to put that up there. You don't want this to interfere. So let's double check it again. Okay, that's a good spot. It's going to go down nice. It leaves me a little space here. So I can put my alligator there. Make sure this is lined up. It's all set. So now I'm going to grab my, where'd it go? Did I want Secret C? I cannot remember. You know what? I know what I used. Let me find it. Okay, so you have different kinds of inks that you need to use. Okay, and this is the one I used, Memento, and I marked it. So it's for markers only. I mean, alcohol markers. That's not the one I want. See, I would have gotten the wrong one if I didn't write that down, and I tend to do that. So I'm very careful with which one I use. I think I used the Secret C, but I cannot remember if I did that. And I don't want my ink to smear, so I'm being very careful. There's another one that I have. Where is it? I thought I had it out. I am so sorry. Let me go search for it. I know it's over here in the ink area. think I put it on my shelf. There it is. It's the Stays On. I found it. Darn it. I put it away. So now I'm going to grab my Stays On ink. And I'm going to put it on here. Need to get quite a bit on here so it gets in all the little areas. But don't press too hard till you get around the edges because you don't want that. And what's really nice about this Stamparatus is that I get more than one chance because this is in here and it's not going to move. So when I stamp it down, I could do it 2 and 3 times, 2 and 3 and 4 times. I cannot find my other thing. Oh well, I'll just use my hand. I have this little thing that you put on it and move it around, and it gets a really good thing going on. So when I'll lift it up, that looks pretty good, but I think I want a little darker. So I'm gonna go back. And this is what's really cool about this is I can get it as dark as I want it by doing it over and over again. Okay. And it's staying in a spot so I know I won't get a double image. I'm just gonna press it down real good and move my hand over it so I get a good image. I'll check it again. That looks really good. I'm going to go with that. Ugh. See? So I got my little shed on there. My farmhouse shed. So I'll put that back in here. And I'll set, the Stays On ink. If I don't clean it right away, it stains the stamp really bad. So I don't like to leave it on there. Let me get my little cleaner thing out. And that's what's nice about this is you could pick it up and you can take and do this. Clean it right on there. Another thing what I do is I'll take it to the sink and just rinse it off. And that works out well too. I have to take it in the house because my water broke out of my she shed this winter. And I have a problem with it. But I do have a bottle of water over here. I can show you kind of what I'm talking about. So I'll take it and I'll rinse it off like this. So it's all wet. And then I'll take my little thing over here and see how it's coming off much better. There'll be some stain, but that's okay. It's a red rumber. And it's not going to come off on anything else when I get ready to use it again. So it's not a big deal. So that's pretty clean. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry, air dry really good. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check and make sure I have no water on my counter. Because I just did a lot of water there. My paper towel out. Dry it up real good. Okay. That looks good. I like that. So I'm going to grab my scratch paper out. And I'm going to, I had punched out a 1-inch circle from just a scratch piece of paper. And what I want to do is I want to put a little sun above the farmhouse. But I have to do one thing first. So I will need to get my Stamparatus out again, which I did not think about this until just now. And I knew that's why I had this out. And it's okay that it's still a little wet. It won't hurt anything. And I'm going to get my tape out that I have. Where did I put it? Here it is. Now this is like a low-tech tape thing. And it's wonderful. It'll keep me, when I get ready to do my inking, from getting ink everywhere else. And I could also put my sun behind the thing. So I'm making a mask. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word. Sorry about that, ladies. So I am going to set this in here. Right up there, just like that. Hold it down for a second. I'll get my Secret Sea ink. You can use any ink, actually, just so you know. because I'm just making a mess. I'm just only going to do part of it there. And I'm tapping again. And I need to put this down here because I don't want it to get on my paper. So I'm going to put this over here. Just push it down real good. And now I have my mask ready. Let's get that side. There we go. So now I have my mask. And I will clean that off because that's a water-based ink and I'm okay with it in there. Okay, so the next thing you'll do is you will trim around the edges there with your scissors. So that you could get, I'll show you, hold on. Gotta pull my chair up a little bit so I can see better. Got my magnet, forgot my magnet over there. Darn it. So you're gonna do the best you can. Just do a really good trim. Go as close to that little tree top. You want to trim all, you're fussy cutting it basically out because you're making a mask so that you could do your sun in the background, and you could also do your sky if you choose to. You'll kind of mask it off so it won't go into the trees, which I will be doing the sky. So this is a really cute card when it's done. And I think when I think of farmhouse florals, I instantly think of a barn and flowers around it or something like that, you know? I don't know what you think, but that's kind of what I imagine. But lots and lots of flowers, but I think the barn too. I think of chickens, all kinds of stuff like that, you know? I have to get my I'm going to have to get my chicken stamps out because I think I'm going to have to do one with chickens. I'm thinking of chickens, farmhouse, put some flowers in the chicken. I don't know exactly, but it's just my thought. So I trim this off. I only need a little bit, which is nice. I don't need a whole bunch because the sun's going to go just in a small spot. So now I will bring this back out and I will remove the backing like so. And it's a low tech one, but I want to put it on my pants to make sure it doesn't stick to my thing. So I'm going to line it up on my top of my barn. So it looks really good about right there. Then I'm going to grab this little thing right here and sort of line up. So I want to put the sun right about there. So now I'll get my ink out. I need a yellow brush. Little yellow brush, and let's grab out my crushed curry, and then I will take my little pad of paper out here. Oh, my sun, just like it's just going down a little bit. Let's put the sun right back there. Okay, so there. Then when we pull off the mask, look what happens. That is rolling again. Just pull it off, and it's low tech, so it should come off really easy, not take off my design. And I messed up right there. It did not come off. So see, the sun's just right there like it's going down. Just a light. Do you know what I don't like? I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. I think it needs to be a little bit darker. So I'll put that back on. Put my sun right back up there. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit darker because, you know, it is a sunset, right? Oh yeah, I like that better. Yeah, that's better. So there's my sun. And I will set this aside because I will reuse that, put that in with my stamp. So I always have that for my sun. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start coloring it. Now this, I want to color it before I started the video, but I thought you guys should see what I'm doing so that you know. So I picked out my Stampin' Write markers. I got a lot here, okay? And I'm going to start with the crumb cake. So on my barn, crumb cake color. So I'm going to grab out my little brush end, which is this end, and I'm just going to start coloring it. And I just take my time. And it's a barn. If there's missing spots, it's not perfect. It's okay. Okay? And this is such a small surface, it works really good with these markers. If you use the brush in, and do not go press down hard. Notice I'm doing it kind of on the side. And I'm just going real slow, taking my time. Okay? I'll go through and do this side now. Color the whole barn. And just go around the hat. I'm trying to stay, I'm trying not to go over it twice because markers tend to leave lines. If you're real careful and use the brush just kind of on its side, it'll be nice. If I go into the handles of the shovel and the pitchfork, it's okay because guess what? I have another ink that's going to color the handles, so it's going to be okay. Just keep coloring. I just love this barn, and my friend Lottie, I think she gave it to me. Yeah, see, that's another one that I was blessed with. And when I saw that, I've only had it for a month, so I've never been able to use it. And she had never used it. Or she did a really good job of cleaning it. That's all. That's what I should say. But it's a beautiful stamp. I'm looking forward to making more cards with it because it's just so pretty. Okay, so the barn's done. Oh wait, I need to do the door. I think I'm going to do the door frame a little bit different though. Just kind of go along the door frame, or the edges of the door. Okay, and then there's this part right here. Yeah, I thought crumb cake would be a really good barn color. We could do a red barn, but I didn't really want to. It kind of looks like a barn, but it kind of looks like it could be someone's old home too. So now I'm going to do the pecan pie, and I'm going to go along. I'm going to do the door frame in pecan pie. So it has a little bit of a standout color, and notice how you can just go right over the top of the other crumb cake, and it's okay. That's why I wasn't overly worried about doing that. And I'll do the little step in front of the house, the same thing, little wooden steps. Okay. I think what I want to do is I want to go along the roof line too. Just kind of add that color in some more. Okay. So the next color I want to do is I want to bring in the Cajun craze. I want to do the roof in Cajun craze. So I'm going to go along so it'll really stand out. Okay. I'm just going to go along. And what's nice about this is if you go out of the lines a little bit, it gives it character, I think. There's a couple spots I kind of went out of the lines, and it's okay. I'm not the best colorer, but I could do it. So I'm going to color the shovel head. I think I'll do that in Cajun Craze. And same thing with the little ends of these little tools here. Okay, and I'll do the pitchfork. And this flat shovel. That goes up there, that goes right there. I'll go the handle all the way up. Okay, and then this shovel has a little handle that goes up to there. Okay, there's another tool right down here in the bucket. sprouts. I think that's about right. So I'm going to go back to my pecan pie, and I'm going to use the fine part, and I'm going to color the handles of all these tools now. Okay. Oh, I want to color the bucket that the plant is in this color too. I'm doing more fine lines, so I thought I should do that. And I'll do the branches of the tree going into the bucket in the same color. A couple there. Okay, and then I'll do these little pots over here. Okay, I got those done. Let's take a look. I want to go back and fill in a couple little spots here. Like I said, you don't have to, because it gives a character, but I just kind of looking at, So now I'm going to get my granny apple and start coloring my bushes. I think I'll do the bushes in the front, the lighter one, and like the grass. See how it has like little bits of grass? Just kind of do this. Well, you know what, maybe I'll just do the grass in this and do the bushes in the darker. That's what I think I'll do. So I got the little grass here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then I'll do the mossy meadow. Pretty sure that's the one. No, garden green. I want to use the brush on this one. Do garden green for the bushes and for the trees. Put a little bit in here to kind of mix it up. Makes it look a little 3D-ish. There's a bush back here. Okay, and then the tree branches up here. And I'm going to do tapping. Like this. See how it's going? Hope my hand's not in your way. Maybe you should go down like this. So I'm going to go tap, tap, tap. Because it needs to have a little bit of airy look in the back, so it's not so colored in. Because this looks like a tree that's kind of like sparse. Not real sparse, but a little bit. Okay. I'll color in this little bush here. Okay. And then do this tree up here. This looks like a nice oak tree. When I was a little girl, I lived on a like 83-acre ranch, and we had cows and pigs, dogs, cats, chickens, and literally we fed them and ate them. And as a little kid, I didn't really put two and two together until one day, the butcher came up to, my cow that I helped give birth to, and after that, I never hardly ate beef. I just couldn't handle it. They killed my baby. It just really made me so sad. So I'm gonna put this yellow, so it looks like the lights are on in the place. Okay. I'm gonna grab that pecan. Actually, I want the fine in. I'm gonna do the right around the window so you can see. Okay. There, that looks good. Okay, we're almost done. So now I'm going to get the stamp out that came out of the painted lavenders, this one, and I'm gonna make a little bit of grass out there. So I'm gonna grab the granny apple green. And I'm gonna tap, 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 and just put some grass down here. Okay, about like that. Make it different sizes. Tap it off so you get a nice background in the back. Okay, so there's my grass. The next thing I'm going to do, now I've already done this. I stamped out the alligator, and I can kind of show you what I did so you'll know. I grabbed the Secret C. I'll just use stays on, doesn't matter. Tap, 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 and I stamped it out, and then I colored it in and cut it out. Very easy one. I took my grass green and I just kind of colored it in just like this. Actually, I like the other end. I remember just had to be more careful. So I kind of went, I didn't color his teeth in when I did it. I'm just kind of showing you what I did so you know. So I colored it in just like that, okay? And then I fussy cut him out, and here's the alligator. So I'm going to put him right down here, like they could be in a swamp, you know, for all we know. So I'm going to put my alligator down. He's hanging out there by the door. The grass, the swampy grass, you know there's got to be water somewhere because he's, you know, it's an alligator. So I'm going to stick him right there. Cut off his tail because I don't want him all the way on there. So he'll look too big, I think. So cut his tail off. So look at him. Isn't he cute, the little alligator? He's in his little grassy area. Oh, you know, I forgot to color the hat. And I brought in bubble bath for that. So I thought that would be so cute. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm going to do the blue one. I think I want to do a blue hat. And then I could do the flowers in the bubble bath. Because, you know, the lady of the house has her pretty hat out here. Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, I could be wrong. So I'll color pink little flowers. Oh, I love them with the little pink bow. There's a pretty hat. Okay, so the last thing I need to do is I need to color the sky. So I'm going to get my pool party out and my little brush. I'm going to start putting the blue around there, being careful of my sun. Just go around it really nicely. Because you only want a little bit of color. You don't want it too much. And I'm using the card base, the back one of the card base, or it could be the front of the other one too, to get it done. So here is my picture of my little floral farm building. And there's a few little flowers. These are little green flowers back there in the background. So I'm going to bring my card base back in, and I'm going to glue it to the front of my card. Even it out so it looks nice and even. Make sure the top and the bottom match up. And press it down. It looks good with that mossy meadow in the background, the border. The next thing, I'm going to grab out my stamp that says just a note. And get my Secret C ink. Stamp it right up in the top corner. Just a note. Okay, and then one last thing. I'm going to get my basic black marker, and I want some birds up in the sky. So if you don't know how to do birds, just do the letter M. That's all you have to do. I just felt like birds, you know, it's out in the middle of nowhere, right? They need some birds out there. So I'll put 3 little birds up in the sky. And here's my alligator tail. It's cute though, huh? Don't need it though. So I'm going to put some bling on here. I think I'll put one right here, and maybe one over there. Let the glue set up for a second. find my top that goes to it. Oh, it's right here. Close my glue so I don't have a problem. And I'm going to get 3 of these cute little silver sparkly jewels on here. And get my, where'd it go? I had it earlier. That's okay. I'll just use my finger. And we'll glue them right down. Didn't wait long enough. It's not, there you go. Okay. And that's my card. Now I'll bring in the other one that I made. So I made 2 of them. This one, I wanted a deer on it. And I was testing to figure out the colors and stuff. I use a little bit different colors. I don't know, I think I like this one better. What one do you like better? Just let me know. And see, the first time I did it, I made the mask and I stuck it over here. I didn't like it, so that's why I wanted to have it going down behind the barn or house. I think it's a house more so because there's a hat there. There it goes. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had fun coming up with this idea. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to like and share my video with others. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you.